Hello, yoga friends. I sent out a newsletter today to my network talking a little bit about the difference between Western astrology and Vedic astrology. And I wanted to go into dimension about that because I think there's a lot of things that people don't really know about what the typical form of astrology here is in the US that most people listen to or refer to. You'll see it a lot in magazines and newspapers. You'll see a ton of YouTube videos, and a lot of the common astrological vernacular is governed by Western or tropical astrology. The interesting thing is that Western astrology is not in alignment with the proper astronomical calculations of the stars and the planets. Western astrology is a generalized form of astrology that is governed by the change of the seasons. So it's actually 24 degrees off of proper astronomy. And the reason for this is that when Western astrology or tropical astrology was created, let's say 1700 years ago, it was organized under the mathematical equations of that fixed moment in time, about 300 AD. And those calculations have not changed since then. Now, the reality is that we have this wobble of the planet. It's called the precession of the equinoxes, which creates this 1 degree change in all of the astronomical calculations every 72 years. So if you were to consult a Western astrologer or a tropical astrologer around the year 300 AD, you would have gotten some pretty good advice. But since then, the calculations have changed 1 degree every 72 years, creating a 24 degree margin of error in Western astrology. This is why right now, oftentimes you hear Western astrologers talking about, oh, Saturn has moved into Aries and everything's going crazy. Saturn doesn't actually move into Aries until June 3rd of 2027. So this is a perfect example of the margin of error, the extremely large margin of error, greater than a year as it pertains to the movement of Saturn. The great margin of error present in the science of Western astrology. It's more of a philosophical symbology, let's say. Whereas with Vedic astrology takes into account that 1 degree change every 72 years. It takes into account the precession of the equinoxes. It takes into account that subtle change that occurs as a result of the wobble of the planet, and therefore matches in accuracy the astronomical calculations of the current transit of the planets and the current star placements. So if you're looking for a very accurate, useful, scientific form of astrology to use to assist you in navigating your life, I would recommend Vedic astrology. You can reach out to me, caralooney.com, under the astrology section of my website. Book a reading, ask any questions. Feel free to email me at caralooney.com, and would love to continue this dialogue or answer any questions. Thank you. Namaste.